everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to recreate this beautiful everyday makeup look that you can take to work, you can take to school, you can take anywhere without looking too extra, but looking very subtle and beautiful at the same time. So if you want to learn how to recreate this beautiful makeup look, keep on watching. I already got my coffee on the side. Guys, this coffee is from yesterday, so today's Friday, and yesterday was Thursday. You guys know that they have happy hour. My husband, since it's happy hour, so he makes me get the freaking big one since he's getting it for free. And I'm like, I cannot finish that. If I finish this, I literally feel like I'm on crack, like literally. But this is my leftover from yesterday, so I'm trying to finish it. It doesn't taste the same as yesterday, but it's still doable, you know? So let's get started already. So right now I'm bare face and I just have moisturizer on. So after my moisturizer, I move on to putting on my primer. So this primer is by Dr. Brandt and it is a pore perfumer primer. I love this primer because I have really large pores, and if I try to put makeup on without like a primer that covers my pores, I literally look weird. Like it doesn't look good because of all the freaking pore holes. And I hate them so freaking much. So this primer is kind of like tinted a little bit. It has a little bit of a pale color on it. So I just like to do around my T-zone, and I always just concentrate on my T-zone when it comes to primers because that is where I get the most oily and that is where I have all my pores. Once I'm done with my primer, I move on to foundation. So I've been loving the Born This Way foundation. This has been my go-to all the time now. And to apply that, I use my beauty blender. And I always make sure I take it down to the neck because if I don't take it down to the neck, I'm just gonna look a hot mess. And I just like to do dabbing motions. I never like to drag it on my face because if I drag it on my face, it just doesn't apply right. So I always make sure I'm dabbing it and letting it settle into the skin. Now that my foundation is all on, I am going to move on to concealer. So if you've been here for a while, you already know that my top favorite concealer is a Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. It is like my holy grail. All right, so for concealer, I like to add it under my eyes, a couple of lines in my forehead, and a little bit down my nose. And I also like to add a little bit on my jawline. That way when I contour, you can see the contour more and it looks more defined. A selfie like this. Alright, so I like to blend out with my beauty blender, and I always make sure that I take it all the way up into my lid. That way when I'm ready to put on eyeshadow, it's already set and primed with some concealer on there. Once I do that, I like to set it with my Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. This powder is literally different than any other powder because when you first use this, and if you're using it with a brush, when you dab it on there, you dab it on your face, it kind of feels wet. It's so weird. I ended up getting this in my BoxyCharm box, and I really been loving it ever since. I use it every day to set concealer because this is mainly to refresh your face. Like when you're oily, you want to just dab a little bit on there and like refresh your face. I like to use it better to set, and I feel like it sets it really good and it keeps me dry throughout the day because I am a super oily person, and this has definitely been helping me. And I like to just use my sponge. Moving on to contouring. So for contouring, I've been loving this palette by Tarte. Let me show ya. It already comes with like a contour color, and it comes with like a shimmery bronzing powder, and it comes with these two highlights, and it comes with these two blushes. And I've been contouring a lot with this color right here because it just makes it easier for me to carry this palette around to contour every day, because I just contour and then I add my blush later, and if I want a little bit of highlights from this palette, I'll add it. So I like to go in with some contour color, and using an angle brush, I like to start the corner of my cheeks all the way down. And I like to do the fishy face because it helps me. Since I have really big cheeks, I have to use my fish face to see where I'm gonna contour at. And I just blend in circular motions going upward. Now I like to also contour on the corner of my forehead. Circular motions on both sides. And you can also take it down to the side of your temples. That's if you have like a really wide face, it always helps to contour the side of the temples. So now for my nose, I use the same one. Since it's a little angle, I just kind of dab it on the one side of the angle. I start from the top of the eyebrow, going down towards the nose, the tip of the nose, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. And I like to even go a little bit in the bottom tip of the nose. Since my nose is very long, I like to make it look like it's slimmer and a little bit tinier because it's a really long nose, just like that. So I also, since I have a double chin, I take it a little bit under the double chin and a little bit on the jawline. Right, now that I'm done with contouring, I am gonna go in with a fluffy brush and just blend out the setting powder because it looks really white right now and it should have been set by now. Right, now I'm gonna add a little bit of blush on the apples of my cheeks. I have to smile on this part because if I don't smile, I can't see my apples, you know, like on my cheeks because of my very large cheeks. So there they are when I'm smiling. And I just do circular motions and I drag it out in circular motions all the way to the edge of my temples. And I've been doing this lately where I add a little bit on the middle of my nose. I don't know, I feel like it's cute. I kind of like it, especially in the winter. It makes you look like you're blushing, you know? All right, so that is it. And if I feel like I overdid it with the blush, I'll just go in there and just kind of like dab it with the same brush I used to set the powder. I'll just dab it around the cheeks and it kind of settles that a little bit so that way I don't look crazy and it's just not all red right there. Moving on to my eyebrows. So for my eyebrows, I've been trying different techniques lately. I always used to use the Anastasia powder, but I wanted to go with something different now that I like my eyebrows to look more natural now instead of looking very filled in. I ended up buying this NYX Professional Makeup Fill and Fluff. It just looks like this and it comes with a little brush to brush out the color, the pigment into your eyebrows. And then it comes with your pencil. So it's in there and it has a little angle so that way like you can angle it and it's a little easier to use instead of like using just like a pencil. You can even do like little hair strokes with this. That's why I love that little angle. But the only thing about this is that it's really hard to play with if you have to really have like a light hand with this one, because if you have a very heavy hand, it's just gonna look very dark and harsh and it's gonna be annoying when you overdo it and it just looks very dark in your eyebrow. But I always like to start from the edge of my eyebrow right here, and I like to always start with lining the bottom of my eyebrows. I don't worry about the top since I want it to look very natural. I don't even worry about the top. So I'm going very lightly, and as you can tell, it's already like very pigmented. So you have to be very light-handed with this. And I also like to fill in a little bit of the edge of the top on this side because I'm missing a lot of hairs on that side and I've been trying to let them grow, but they just don't grow. So I just have to accept the fact that I'm bald from my eyebrows, that I don't have a lot of them. And once you outlined your eyebrow, then you could go in with your brush and brush in the lines that you made to blend it into your eyebrow, and it'll look very natural and it's not going to look harsh and crazy and like you overdid your eyebrows, and just blend it inside your eyebrow hairs just like that. So as you can tell, they look very natural, they don't look crazy. And I never like to take it inside of the eyebrow up here on the top because I always have long hairs. So I'm just gonna brush those up with a little bit of brow gel right now. I finished my eyebrows. Now I'm gonna go on to my eyebrow gel. So this is kind of like an eyebrow gel, like a tinted brow wand. It has like little, I'm already finishing this one. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it has like really little hair fibers in there that come inside the eyebrow gel to kind of like, if you don't want to line your eyebrows and you just want to like fill them in with this, it has tint on there, so it'll tint them at the same time and it'll look very natural. I would recommend this to somebody that already has like really thick eyebrows and you don't have to worry about lining them. You just have to worry about like filling them in and letting them stay in place. I would definitely recommend that to somebody like that. But for me, since I have like a lot of eyebrows in the edge in here, I always love to use it right there. And I just comb up. And I love the little hair fibers because it kind of fills in those spots that are like missing a little bit. And I comb all the hairs up all the way to even where I lined it. I like to comb it a little bit to kind of hold those hairs together as well. I love how natural it looks. It doesn't look too crazy, but it still looks like a very clean eyebrow and it still looks nice and sharp. And I've just been doing this look like every day. My eyebrow game has definitely changed because back in the day I feel like I used to do them too dark, and now I feel like they're more natural. I really love them. Now moving on to highlight. So highlight is something I use when I really want to get ready. I don't use this every day, but every time I'm doing like this makeup look, I end up using a highlight just because I want to glow a little bit, you know. I've been really loving this, I don't know how to say this brand, but it's called the Sheat. I don't know how to say it. You guys can see because of the lighting. So it's in the color Confetti, and I really been loving it because it's not like super crazy, because I don't like highlights that are crazy because I am super oily, guys, and if I put like a lot of highlight, I will look like 10 times oily. I would look like a damn freaking butterball. That's how bad I would look. I like to start with it on the apple on my cheek and then blend it upward towards my temple, just like that. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. I don't know if it's capturing it, but it's very subtle. I really love it. And I also love to add just a little bit on the nose, the bridge of the nose, and a little bit on the tip of the nose. All right, now moving on to the eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow, girls, I am very subtle, like I said in the beginning of the video. I am a very neutral, I love palettes that are just like brown and little pink tones and copper brown tones. I am just very neutral, like seriously. So I've been using this like every freaking day. Is by the Urban Decay, the Naked Revolved palette. Oh wait, it's Reloaded, not Revolved. Reloaded palette. I've been using this every freaking day. I got it for my birthday. My friend gave it to me, and she knows me so well because, well, I think she knows me so well. I don't know if she just guessed or what, but she ended up getting me a palette that's like neutral heaven right here, like nothing but the shades that I love. And I've been like obsessed with this palette. I use it every freaking day that I add eyeshadow, because I don't really add eyeshadow every day, but when I add eyeshadow, honey, this is my palette to go to. Two colors that I really been loving is called Bugged and Boundaries. I like to mix these two colors together, and then I like to go in the crease of my eyebrow and just blend in circular motions all the way to the edge of the corner of the eye. All right, once I did that and it's nicely blended, I like to go in with a little bit of shimmer in the middle of my eyelids. So the shimmer that I've been obsessed with is in the color Distel and Angel Fire. I like to mix those a little bit to create kind of like a beigey color. So what I do first is I grab the color Distel, tap it a little bit because you don't want glitter all over your face, and I like to just add it in the middle of my eyelid. I don't like to take it to the edges at all, only the middle of the eyelid. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the other shimmer color, which is in the color Angel Fire. It's a really light color, very like pink, light neutral color. And the reason I like to mix these is because it kind of creates like a beigey, shimmery color. And I'm all about beigey tones right now. Like, give me anything beige and we're best friends. I like to add that other color, Angel Fire, right on top of the shimmer color that I just added. I like to just tap it in there. As you can tell, they're already blending in together, and it's creating like this really pretty beigey color, just like that. So beautiful. I love it. I just love this combo. I don't know what got me into that, but one day I was like, I don't want it too dark and I don't want it too light, and I just decided to mix them. And I think that's how it is with makeup. You just play around, you mix colors together, and you kind of do your own combination. All right, I'm all done with the top eyeshadow. Now I'm gonna move on to my waterline eyeshadow, and I like to mix those two colors that we mixed in the beginning, Bugged and Brownies. I was gonna say brownies. Boundaries together. I like to mix those two colors and just add that on my waterline in the middle, drag it all the way to the edge. And I don't like to take this color all the way to the other corner of my tear ducts, because if I do, my eyes are just gonna look so much smaller and they're not gonna look really good. So I like my eye to still look a little bit open, not closed, if you know what I mean. I have little eyes, so I have little eye problems. Bam! I'm all done with the eyes. All right, so for mascara, I don't use any mascara on top of these eyelashes because these are extension eyelashes and I don't need any mascara on them. So what I'm gonna do real quick is just comb my eyelash extensions nice and neat, fix them up. So for my waterline lashes, I like to use the Colossal mascara. So this is the mascara that I've been using forever, even when I don't have my eyelashes on. This mascara, this is a mini travel size, but I'm trying to finish it before I use my bigger one. I like to use this mascara for everything. So if I could recommend a mascara, definitely this mascara is like my favorite. All right, so now that I'm done with my whole face, now I just need my lips and we're done. For lips, I've been loving this combo right here, and it is the lip liner by NYX in the color Nude Truffle. and it's a really pretty brown. I've been loving putting it with this lipstick by CoverGirl, and it's like a matte lipstick, and it's really pretty. It's like also like a pretty brown, kind of like a purple tone to it. I really love it. So I start by lining my lips. All right, so I'm bad at explaining on how to do your lips because I am not good at doing my lips. So I'm gonna do my lips real quick and we'll be right back. All right guys, so we are done with this whole makeup look. I love it. This is how the lip combo looks together. It looks very beautiful, very neutral, very brown, and I love that I use a combo that is very inexpensive, because compared to like Kylie Jenner and other lipsticks, like Kylie Jenner could never with this lipstick combo, like could never nail this. And if you guys enjoyed my everyday makeup look, don't forget to give this video a like. It would mean so much to me. And also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And also, don't forget to hit that bell notification if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. And also, if you would love to follow my vlogging channel, I have a vlogging channel. All the links for it will be down in the description box below. And also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, the link for my main Instagram will be linked down below. I post on Instagram on the daily. And that's it, guys. I'm going to end the video here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.